Hi everyone, welcome back to our active recovery workout today. It's all about lengthening, stretching, and recovering those muscles that we've worked so hard over the last several weeks. So some of the things that you're going to need today are a mat, water, and then if you have a stepper or a stool or something that you can use to we're going to use it for a few calf stretches. But if you don't have it, don't worry, you'll still be able to do the workout without any problem. And then first things first, we're going to do our warm-up, but it's going to be a kind of include some more dynamic stretches, which are stretches that kind of can still elevate that heart rate. So go ahead and start your watch if you'd like to track the workout, and we'll go ahead and get started with leg swings. Now, all you're gonna wanna do is kind of put your hands on your hips, and then you're going to balance on one leg, and then you're just gonna kind of kick. You should feel that stretch on the outside of your leg. Then we're going to do the opposite side. So we'll do this side. I'm going to move my mat back just a little bit for about 30 seconds. Okay, and we go in 3, 2, and 1. You're welcome to kind of take out the tap if you want to practice your balance, but I feel like the tap is kind of necessary for me. Okay, we'll do 3 more. Last one. Okay, now we're going to switch over to the other side, and we go in 3, 2, and 1. Kick. Now you can have your toes pointing forward. I think it's easier for me if they're kind of at an angle. But they don't have to be big swings. You don't have to be like kicking way up. Just get it enough so that you're kind of warming up those muscles. Last one. Okay, then we're going to go into a lunge reach. So I'll demonstrate from this side. You're going to want to lunge forward, and then bring your right arm forward and reach towards the knee that is bent. Back and come back to standing. Then we'll alternate sides, and then you go to the opposite knee. Bring your arm forward, stretch towards the knee that's bent in front of you, back, and come up. We're gonna do this for about 30 seconds, alternating sides each time. And we go in 3, 2, and 1. So lunge forward, bring your arm up, and pull. Opposite side, lunge forward, opposite arm, and up. This feels really nice. I've needed this. I think sometimes we forget just how much our bodies go through, and if we don't care for them and take days like this to recover, we're more prone to injury. Okay, last one. Okay, now we're gonna do an adductor stretch. It's basically like a side lunge, but we're gonna hold the bent position a little longer. So we're gonna step out to the right. You want to sit back and then just hold this position for about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and back up. Now we're going to do the opposite side. Make sure your toes are pointing forward. You're really sitting back into that position, and try to keep your chest up and forward. Okay, come back up. We'll do 1 more on each side. Step out, sit back, and keep that chest forward. Feels good. Okay, last one. Sit back, and if you want, you can kind of pulse, and you'll feel that in your adductors right here. Okay, coming back up. All right, this is the last little bit of our dynamic warm up. We're just gonna do some jumping jacks for only like 30 seconds or so. And we go in 3, 2, and 1. Now these do not need to be high intensity jumping jacks, because again, this is our active recovery week. So I'm not going especially fast, just taking it slow. And again, if you want to modify, simply step it out. Or if even the arms, movement of the arms is elevating that heart rate too quick, just step it out and keep your hands on your hips, okay? All right, we have about 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, thanks. Okay, thanks. Thanks for being here. Oh, funny. Okay, so we're gonna go right into this recovery workout today. We're gonna start by coming down to the ground. So grab your mat, and if you can, just kind of sit with your legs crossed. Keep your sit bones down into the floor, sit up nice and tall, straight spine, straight back. And we're going to start by turning our necks slightly to the right and just holding it and looking toward that wall for a few seconds. And then we're gonna come back to center and turn and just look to the left over that other shoulder, all while maintaining proper posture, so that straight back and tight core. And then we're gonna come up, we're going to kind of just bring our arms up and then slightly pull our neck down towards our shoulder. You don't wanna like strain anything, but just lightly pull. And then come up, and we're going to do the opposite side. So reach up, kind of pull on the side of your head and pull it towards your shoulder. To lengthen out those neck muscles. Okay, so maintaining the sitting position, we're gonna do another shoulder stretch. So you're gonna wanna bring your right arm in front of you and then pull down your shoulder and just hold it in this position. We're gonna hold this for 5 seconds or so. And now we're going to switch sides, so do the same thing, maintaining that posture. There we go. Okay, one more time on each side. And you stretch out those shoulders. Last one on the other side. Okay, so you can either do this sitting down or standing up. I'm gonna come back up standing, and we're gonna just kind of stretch out our arms, our forearms. Okay, so I want you to put your palms facing forward, and then I want you to grab your fingertips and pull them towards you. You don't want to force anything, but you'll feel this in your forearm here. Okay, now we're gonna do the opposite side. Okay, one more on each side, just pulling those fingers towards you. Opposite side now, pull those fingers towards you. Okay, now we're going to do just kind of open up our chest. So I want you, if you can, interlace your fingers behind your back, and then you're gonna try and pull your hands down and bring those palms together, and you'll feel that open up in the front of your chest. And you can hold this for a little bit and kind of just take a few deep breaths. If you need to reset, kind of drop those fingers, and we can do it again. So bring your hands back behind you, interlace the fingers, and bring those palms together. And you can feel the stretch more if you can even bring your hands out away from your back. But again, you don't want to strain anything. If you feel pain, release the move. Okay, so you should feel that open up in your chest. We're gonna kind of work all the different parts of our body today. So we're gonna go back down to the ground, and we're going to kind of stretch out those back muscles. So you want to come down into a tabletop position. So Knees and hands on the floor, plant those toes into the ground, and we're going to bring our spines up, kind of like a cat in, defense mode. And then we're gonna breathe out and really retract our spine. We're gonna do this for about 30 seconds. And we go in 3, 2, and 1. Come into that cat position and really stretch. Tuck your head, but not too much. And then breathe out into cow. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. Now we're going to go into our hip area. And we're going to come down to the floor even more. And what we're going to do is come down onto our backs. And we're just going to do a version of a knee pull, but lying down. So I want you to bring your knee up towards your chest, and I want you to pull that knee towards you. And we're just going to hold this. Keep your foot flexed and toes pointing towards the ceiling. You'll feel the stretch more as opposed to just leaving it. Either way is fine. It just depends on what you want out of the stretch. We're just going to keep holding this because it feels so good. Hold another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that. Bring your leg down. Bring the opposite knee towards your chest. Hold it with both hands. And we'll just let it rest here for another 10 seconds or so. And I'm one of those people who likes to get a good sweat going and really push myself. And sometimes I forget the importance of just slowing down and taking the time to help my body recharge. Okay, release that. We'll do one more on the right side. And then after holding this for about another 5 seconds, we will switch to the other side. And as we're laying here, just kind of focus on your breath, the power you have within you, switch sides, and what you're capable of. I think sometimes external stimulus and comparisons can put us into modes of self-doubt. And one thing that I try to remind myself pretty regularly is that comparisons really are the thieves of true joy. Okay, release. And now we are going to maintain laying on our back, but we're going to bring one knee up, pointing to the ceiling, and the other we're going to cross over. And then you're going to want to reach, pull the leg forward, and then reach through this hole here, and kind of just hold it for a few seconds. And you really feel this in the backs of your legs where your hamstrings and glutes are. And if you can't hold it on the inside, you can even bring it, or actually, I guess the inside, the easier version. If you want to bring it and hold on to your shin, you'll even feel a deeper stretch. It feels so good. We're just going to hold it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, release. Set your feet on the ground. We're going to keep our right knee up, cross over our left leg, reach through, either grab the back of your leg or come up to the top of your shin. We're going to just rest here. Some say it's kind of like reading the newspaper. Kind of like a figure 4 is what I call it though, because you're making like a 4 with like a number 4 with the angle of your legs. Yeah, just take a few deep breaths while we're laying here and resting, letting our muscles lengthen. Okay, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna roll up, and we're actually gonna swing our legs around and come back on all fours. And if you even want to come up to a downward dog, like a shallow one, what we're gonna do is a pigeon. So I want you to bring one leg in front of you, the other's back extended, and we're gonna hold it like this for a few seconds. Now, if you'd like a deeper stretch, you can come down to your forearms and just hold it here. But if that's too much, again, you can come up and just hold it here. Keep that back leg active, meaning just kind of continue to tighten those glute muscles. And it's always important to kind of maintain, even when you're stretching a strong core. Okay, we're going to switch sides. Come back up into that downward dog, and then bring your other knee forward and keep the opposite leg back. You can stay up tall like this, or if you'd like a deeper stretch, come down onto your forearms, and we'll just hold this for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna switch just one more time on each side. So downward dog, and bring that knee forward. Okay, and we'll hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back up and forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sorry if I got a little distracted there. I was just looking at my watch and it looked like it stopped, so I wanted to make sure that we're keeping a good time. Okay, so we're now going to do kind of just a torso stretch. So we're going to come back to the ground, and we're going to bring up our left leg, cross it over towards, and we're going to try and pull that knee. So we're crossing our leg over to the opposite side and then pulling our knee towards the ground and keeping our opposite arm with the palm facing down. We're just going to hold this for about 10 seconds. And just remember to keep breathing. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're going to come and do the opposite side now. So bring that leg forward, grab your knee, pull it towards the floor, and just feel that stretch and keep your palm up the opposite hand facing the ground. Well, I mean, either way is fine. I don't think it necessarily matters. Again, if you're feeling any pain though, just go as far as you can without feeling any discomfort. And we'll hold this for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you can release that. And we're gonna come up and we're gonna go now and stretch our abs out just a little bit. You guys, some of these moves might already look familiar to you. Again, we're gonna come down to all fours, and then we're going to extend our back legs and keep our chest up and high. We're gonna go into a cobra. Now we're gonna hold this regular cobra for a few seconds, then come down and we'll do a mini cobra reset and then come back up. So we're gonna hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down into a mini cobra, down, and then back all the way up. And we're gonna hold this for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down to a mini cobra, reset, back to cobra. And we go in and we will just be done in another 5, and hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, come back to your knees, and we're going to stretch out our quads. We definitely, especially on leg digs, our quads definitely can get tight. We're going to be a little bit different than a standing quad stretch. We're going to do it laying down since we're already on the floor. So lay down on the ground. Well, actually, first of all, bring one leg behind you, the other one you want to keep extended out in front of you. And then I want you to kind of lean back and hold this position. We'll hold it for another 10 seconds. And I think the further you lean back, the more you'll feel that in your quad. So if you wanted to, you could even come down and rest on your shoulder on the opposite elbow. You'll really feel that stretch the further towards the ground you get. We'll hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. We're going to bring your right leg forward now. Bend your left leg back. We're going to come down towards our elbows. We're going to hold this for another 10-15 seconds. Just remember to continue breathing as you're holding this position. Again, you don't want to feel any pain, so if this is too difficult, come up and just kind of rest on both palms. And then if you need to, you can even kind of bend your arms till you feel that stretch. We'll hold this for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's do one more on each side, but we'll only hold it for about 5 seconds. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last time. Switch sides. And we hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, you guys. Hopefully you're feeling rejuvenated and your muscles are feeling relaxed. So we're actually going to come down to our backs again, and we're going to really work on those hamstrings. So I want you to bring your right leg up towards the ceiling. Try and keep a straight leg, but if you can't, if your hamstrings are tight, you can bend your knee. But I want you to pull on, kind of grab your ankle and try and pull it towards your chest, and then just hold it. Notice that I'm a little tight, so my leg's slightly bent. And we're gonna hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, release. Bring the opposite leg towards the ceiling. Kind of grab onto those ankles and pull them, and then pull your leg towards your chest. And then kind of hold it as far as you can go without feeling pain. And we hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Opposites, we'll just do one more on each side. Bring that opposite leg and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm even shaking a little bit because my hamstrings are so tight. So bring the other leg, and you'll also feel this in your hip flexors a little bit, which is good. Sometimes we kind of want our hip flexors to still have some elasticity, but it's good to stretch them out. Okay, and release. Okay, so we only have about 2 left, and we're gonna get that stepper now. And kind of bring it, I'm gonna scoot my mat back. Okay, actually I'm gonna show you from this side. So you want to step on it just barely with your toes and keeping your heels off the side. And then you're gonna drop your body weight once you're in a safe position and just we're gonna kind of come up on our toes. It's a little challenging. And then down. And you can kind of bounce those on the back side of that stepper. So kind of come up on your toes, and then and you can even do it if that's a little tricky, is just kind of prop up your toe against the stepper or a wall even, and hold it here. If you're a little uneven, if you're not as good at balancing, or if you're worried about your equilibrium, now switch sides. You can just do this on the side of the stepper, side of a stool, or even just on the side of the wall, and then press up against the wall with your foot. You'll feel the stretch in the back of your leg, which is what we're wanting. Okay, so if you want to come back up onto that stepper, kind of drop those heels and just kind of bounce. If you want to try and come up on your toes, release up on your toes, release. I'm finding that I'm a little wobbly today. So just gonna press up against that stepper. One more on each side. And we're done with that. Okay, last what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up all of our body and breathe. So I want you to bring your feet about just wider than shoulder width apart. And what we're going to do is we're gonna bend and then reach up and breathe in, and then exhale, come down and touch those toes and just hang. And then we're going to bend our knees slightly. Inhale in, exhale, come down, and then hang. And we're gonna inhale one more time, stretch up, look up, and then exhale, and we're just gonna drop our hands to the side. And that completes our active recovery workout for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and keep coming back. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.